Hello guys, thank you for tuning in to my page. This is Color Me Purple Tarot, and right now I'm just doing a general reading for all my watchers that came to watch me make a specific sign today. Just us. So let me give my decks a few shuffles and we can get started. I'm not gonna lie, I've been having a trying day yesterday. But I do Uber, okay? So my car is having trouble, and you know, God has a funny way of working in your life, because I thought I was gonna be doing Uber today all day. Had plans for at least 4 to 8 hours and to keep it moving, okay? Didn't work like that. Because I also been saying that I need to make time to go ahead and put my readings on YouTube and get my page started. So this is my very first video. So I want to thank everybody that's tuning in to watch this. I just really feel like I need to start getting my messages out there to the world for those who need it, you know. This is kind of like a higher calling for me. So, of course, being as though I've been affirming that, you know, that this is a higher calling. My car wouldn't start today, so I'm like, you know what? I don't see why and what would stop me from doing just a general reading for all my watchers. My first video, and I kind of been wanting to do this, not to place it on anyone's sign or anyone energy, but just go in and do a general reading and see, you know, how many people's lives I can change and help and affect just by doing it the way I feel that I need to do it, you know. So of course my car didn't start, just so I could do this, because I was like, you know what, I was gonna fill out applications and look for a job today. Not even gonna stunt, but I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and shuffle up a deck, do my first video, and see what happens, you know. See how fulfilling it feels, how satisfying it feels, because I love doing tarot. You guys just don't even know. And I hope this is enough shuffling for you guys. I'm just doing it based off of, you know, what I feel. How much do it need to be shuffled. I'm doing all upright today. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I usually do my readings in arrow formation, starting off before oracle cards. So, and I clarify with my universal tarot. So, let's pick the oracle cards. So the oracle cards today is, I hope you guys can see this. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. And that one feels like it's talking about forgiveness. Okay. Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Night Wild. Facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. And I'm going to draw one more. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Wow. Would you look at that? Okay, I like this already. This is great. And this is, again, just a general reading for everyone that came to tune into this video. Oh my gosh, I can feel really good energy already from this. Let me see. All right, so first you have, you can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present moment. Like I told y'all, yesterday was very struggling, very time for me. I don't know how it was for you guys. I don't know if it's that time of month. I don't do the retro. I don't know anything about the retrogrades or universal alignments or anything like that. I mean, I listen to them, but I still don't quite get it yet. But this, I don't know if it was a full moon that just passed. I have no clue. But yesterday was so horrible for me, okay? So I get why that you can't go back to yesterday, be in the present moment. You know, yesterday is gone anyway. I mean, you can't live in the past or you cannot live in, and you can't live in the future. You're only in this present moment. So I have to pay attention, or you have to pay attention to how you feel right now and not how you felt yesterday or the day before that or last month. Past situations can't exist in this very moment, literally. And it says appreciate the moment you are in, which pretty much means to me same thing, like appreciate this moment. Like you can't go back to yesterday, so pay attention to what's going on right here in front of you, right here, right now, and be grateful for and appreciate that you lived to see today, because a lot of people didn't. And then it says facing your fears and subconscious release. I feel a lot of people that's on here is facing that. You get what I'm saying? Like getting past the things that scare you the most. And for me, this was one of them. I'm not even going to lie. This was very much one of them. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a good idea. I wasn't sure because a lot of my family don't, they know, but they don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like they never, oh, come on, do a reading for me. So for me, this was pretty difficult because they still go for rules back from like 1600s when the witch trials or whenever that happened. They still go off a lot of stuff that happened in the past. You get what I'm saying? Stuff that's not even current right now. And I think they forget that a lot of the people that were deemed as witches back then actually were some of the first doctors, some of the first pediatricians, some of the first pharmacists, some of the first, a lot of things, some of the first therapists. You get what I'm saying? Some of the first that a lot of people haven't had. And they really just marketed that and deemed people who do it on their own on the side as wrong so that they can make money off of it. You get what I'm saying? That's where the pharmacy industry comes from, the doctor industry. Now you got to go to school for 100 years just to get, a doctor's degree, whereas though they was coming to people like shamans and high priestess and things like that to get those things back in the day. Like, they don't understand the history pretty much of it. So for me, this was one of my biggest fears. So guys, you guys are witnessing me conquer this fear, okay? And it says, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And I think for me, this is one of those things still that I'm stronger than I realize. Like, I believe in this more than I believe in, my mom's advice, honestly, because this is God. You know what I'm saying? God is here with me. God is walking me through this. So that's the strength that I have right now with this. I'm pretty sure it'll grow as time goes on. So let's get started clarifying. And first what we got is the Six of Cups. This is always like a beautiful card for me. I get pretty much, there is beauty all around you. You know what I'm saying? There's beauty all around you. Then we got the Star card and the Chariot card. And then we have the Seven of Wands here. Okay, so automatically I get, they're kind of like, I don't know, for me this feels like a rewarding card. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to reward you to pay attention to your present day. You're going to feel like, there's little gifts throughout the day. You get what I'm saying? Like little nuggets that you miss when you're focusing on the past and you're not present right here, right now. There's things to be grateful for right now, that you miss out on when you're focused on your yesterdays and not your todays. And then I have the Star card for appreciate this moment, which again speaks of, being in a moment in your right now. Actually, that's when the epiphanies and your intuition is strong and you're able to see things clearly and things come to you that didn't come to you before. Because if you're thinking about your yesterdays, 9 times out of 10 it was something emotional, something that did not make you feel good. And when you pay attention to your present moment and appreciate it, you're actually sending out there to God that I want to appreciate every moment. You get what I'm saying? Not even every moment like you're about to count them or anything, because that's a lot. That's a bit obsessive and overthinking, I believe. But when you pay attention to the moment, you really appreciate it. You see those gifts and you see those nuggets, and you're able to send out gratitude and be thankful for them. And that's what you're going to start. That's what's going to start gravitating towards you when you do stuff like that. God's going to present you with more moments that you can, like a give and take. You see how the water is? It's like you're giving and taking. You're giving in different areas in your life, and you're being grateful for different areas in your life. And God's going to keep sending that to you pretty much. And then we have facing your fears, and we have the Chariot for that, which means that, either You moving into a period where you're about to face your fears, or you're moving out of a period where you just bust through and moved on from your fears and your subconscious blocks for some of you. And then we have looking to your inner strength. And you have the Seven of Wands for that. What makes me feel like, you know, it takes strength to fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. It's like, it takes strength to fight. It takes strength to declare. It takes strength to actually have the actions towards your declarations that you have throughout your life and that you have for your present moment or whatever you're declaring right now. I feel like that's what you need to be focusing on. Busting through whatever subconsciously you feel is stopping you. Like, if you want to sell cookies and you're going, oh, but I don't know if they're gonna like my cookies, or I don't know if I have the right batter, the right mix to do it, or the right recipe. Is it gonna taste good? It's kind of like busting through that and going, okay, it's really just simple. Okay, let me make a batch and see. That's like the extent I feel like. I feel like it's just a little adjustment that needs to be made to actually get through those things. And it actually takes that little strength, to kind of get through those things, like that little action, which is pretty cool, honestly, because that's all I need. But because everybody thinks that being successful or being, getting through your fears, you need this dramatic action to happen, and you need to, it's going to be so hard, and so you're going to be so exasperated after. You're really not, because when you think about it, it's just like your emotions is what takes the most. Just sitting there thinking about it, you spend half of your day just going over it in your head. So it's like that takes up more of your time versus the action to go towards busting through those fears or fighting and finding that inner strength. Because it's not very hard. You're just getting through yourself, honestly, getting through to yourself. Here we have the Queen of Cups, which shows, for me, immediately it went to focusing in. And again, this goes to being in the moment. It's focused. Oh gosh, that poor doggy. It goes to focusing in on what kind of moments you want to have. That's what I feel like. Like I said, it's just like, okay. Once you appreciate your moments and you like, this is like the next step down from that, or next step up from that. It's focused on what kind of moments do you want to have. Do you want to have more moments where you're emotional and you can't focus and everything is seeming so doom and gloom for you? Or do you want to have moments where you're satisfied and you're happy, you're financially satisfied, you're emotionally satisfied, you're in your relationship, your love relationship, you're satisfied? Do you have more moments of satisfaction and pleasure, or do you have more moments of setbacks and unclear intentions on what you want for your life? Like, pretty much that's what this feels like to me. It's like, set that intention. Set what kind of focus do you want to have? Do you want to focus on the good, or do you want to focus on the happy, or do you want to focus on the sad, or do you want to focus on the financial aspects of it? Like, pick one and just see what happens. Like, and it's not going to be a waste of your time. I know it's going to feel like you're stabbing in the dark here. Like, well, I don't know which one. Just pick one. It's only two things. One or two things possibility can happen. Like, pick one or two possibilities. Because this is a Two of Swords, and for me, it's always like, when I look at the swords, it look kind of like a roll. Like, if I'm going to choose that way or this way. No, I don't really know what's going to happen at the end of both of those. But I do know picking one is beneficial instead of just standing here going, I don't know. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's going to be a stab in the dark, but you can't go wrong. You get what I'm saying? You cannot go wrong, especially when you're picking something that's going to benefit you. And here, it's pretty much like you're going to move towards something that's balance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this card always represents, all the elements are kind of here for me in this card. So obviously it most likely is going to be financial, which is good. But I'm also getting like, you spend a lot of time sitting back and observing. If you can see this guy here, like, he's just observing, other people's lives. So you spend a lot of your time doing stuff like that, which is cool because, if you're into that type of thing, psychology and things like that, some of you are into, and that's okay. But now it's like the action and going towards what you want now after gathering that information. Don't just gather the information just to be gathering it. Like somebody told me information on ice. You know, don't lean towards that, but lean towards a more, destined, like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Don't forget your purpose here. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget why you were observing. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then move towards that fight to get what you want out of that. As far as the information that you had gathered there, or the situation that you was in, get lessons that you learned from it. Like, pay attention to what you learned, and now, okay, I learned this. Like, be real with yourself. I learned X, Y, Z. Now I'm gonna move forward here. And not to make sure that it doesn't happen or anything like that, but this is what I learned, and how can I apply this to my life, pretty much. Okay. Ooh, now we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool's card. So the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, like I said, about the two roads, or however many possibilities that you have in front of you. You can't go wrong. You get what I'm saying? You can't go wrong picking one. One or the other, or it's kind of hard to do both, in my opinion. Excuse me, but you can't go wrong picking one, pretty much. So just do it. It's going to be successful. Whatever you think is going to happen there, trust me, it's going to happen there. So think something good. And if you do go through those struggles where as though you doubt and you feel like you can't do it, or this part is too hard for you, and you start telling yourself stuff like that, remind yourself that you have the strength. Remind yourself that, God don't present you with situations for no reason. Remind yourself that you're strong enough. God wouldn't have presented to you if he didn't think you were strong enough. You're strong enough, and you can do this. You get what I'm saying? Remind yourself that if you don't feel like you're strong enough, ask God for somebody who reminds you of your strength, not to come and distract you, or to come and, irritate you, or in a negative way, I guess you can say. But somebody who just, somebody who is as strong as you feel as though you are. You get what I'm saying? Or somebody that you feel is strong enough, like a mentor, or, even if it's somebody that you don't personally know, just somebody that you can reflect and go, oh my gosh, she went through this, that, and the third. She's super strong. I know she can do this. There's a lot of people out here that have a bunch of inspirational type of stories to tell. So ask God, okay, God, I'm lacking in seeing the strength in myself. Show me somebody who, I can actually go, what, if she went through this, I can go through what I'm going through. Or I'm strong enough to make it through what I'm going through, if she's strong enough to go through what she's going through. Or vice versa. If he's going through this, oh my gosh, I need not to complain so much, because I can get through what I'm getting through if she got through that. You know what I'm saying? So many amazing and extraordinary stories out here of people going through stuff. And upon doing that, I feel like that, we have the Fool's card here, that you'll go through life easier. You know what I'm saying? By looking at it in that way. That's, again, what you have observed. You get what I'm saying? And getting a lesson from what you observe and going, oh my God, she went through that hard time and she made it out. I don't think I could have went through what she went through. So this isn't that bad. You get what I'm saying? This isn't that testing. I can go through this just based off what Susan went through, or what Bianca went through, or whoever, this person is. Whatever she went through, whoever you were observing and going, oh my God. Because, sometimes I find that we see people's situations and we'll start gossiping. I mean, it's only human nature. We'll just start gossiping about it, going, oh my God, she went through what? Oh my God, I could never. That shit, she's stupid. And da, 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 da. Like, we start judging the person instead of going, oh my God, like, she really chose to go through that, and she's really choosing this for her path. That's so, intense that she would choose something like that. But ultimately, she's strong to go through that, because I know me. I wouldn't have went through that. You get what I'm saying? It's just looking at it and twisting that perception just a little bit. Not too more so a judgmental state, or, ragging on the person or anything like that. But just admiring them for being so strong. Like, wow, that's how she choose to show her strength here. And that's pretty dope. Because she's going through that. This ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is, you're struggling with and you're having those problems with, and, you're feeling dark or grim about or sad about, you can get through that. You really, really could. Yes, mentally it may be a little difficult, but physically I don't really see it being too difficult. You get what I'm saying? I see you being more in your head about it than anything, and this is just signifying that everything's going to be fine. You're going to go through life a lot easier if you take on that view of, oh my God. Yeah. And here we have the Six of Wands, which for me, I don't know, this card always feels like, I'm not going to say always, because it doesn't always feel like success. But in this scenario, it feels kind of like a triumph. You know what I'm saying? Like you're holding I kind of feel like you came out of battle. You get what I'm saying? You came from out of this to this. You came from out of fighting your situation and fighting your mental status and fighting what you were thinking about, what you were observing about somebody else. And instead of using it as resistance, now you're using it as a weapon. You get what I'm saying? Because, it kind of looked like they just came out of battle to me. Like, oh, I just won this battle type of thing. So, you're no longer using it to fight and go, oh my God, she's stupid. She went through this, that, and the third. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's really going through that, or she's really doing this. I would do this, this, and this, because you don't know what the other person's situation is. But instead, using that information to go, oh, okay, using it for your what do you call it? Using it for your gain, for your movement through life, using it for your guidance, to guide you through and to really determine what you do want and what you don't want, and how you want to be successful in this, how you want to use the things that you see around you to move you forward instead of to keep you in place. You get what I'm saying? Because remember I said that about the two of wands, like how this look like two paths for me, and if you just stay there going, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Instead of picking one and going, okay, let me use all the information that I gather for the movement forward of my path, And that's pretty much what this card looks like to me. So, I don't know if I need to clarify anything here. I feel like that was pretty straightforward. Yeah. Thank everybody for coming. I send light and love to you guys. I hope that this really clarified whatever you were going through. And I thank you so much. See you guys. Namaste.